Thank you for saving Billy. Ever been to kill or be killed? Some fine-looking weapons.
Charlie serves the drinks. I deal with the drunks.
How wonderful. Someone new. Is it true you're from one of those vaults? I met a few of your kind once before back in D.C. Charming people. Badly dressed, but charming all the same.
You don't like these clothes? Seriously?
Well, I wouldn't be caught dead in them. But lucky for you, I hear you're quite good at staying alive.
How'd you end up here?
I'm here on business. A man thinks I'm better off dead. I beg to differ. Right now, he's waiting for me in some dusty hideout with a full staff of gunners. I hope to match him gun for goon.
Anything I can do to help?
Yes, there is. Perhaps you'd be interested in being my personal goon. Or gun, if you prefer. And in exchange, I will be yours. It doesn't matter who plays what role first. Just say the word and I'm right behind you.
Tell me about yourself. What's your story?
Oh, you don't want to ask that question, darling. When a woman's lived for over 200 years, they've been a great many people. I've been an heiress, a salvager, a mercenary, and a fool. I feel it's far better to be the latter of the four. It makes it easier to relate to the common man.
Let's go.
Our enemies are as good as dead, darling.
Yeah? Lady.
Huh?
Well, aren't you handy?
You're from the Commonwealth, right?
Thank you for saving Billy.
What? Yes, me darling.
Well, aren't you handy?
Someone there?
I have a sneaking suspicion we aren't alone. We've got company. I heard something move. Be on your guard. Perhaps I hope you like bullets, Joe. I appreciate the open air, but now might not be the time. For the victor go the spoils. We should be careful. Family reunions in my house tend to start with bullets and end with blood. Of course, in between there's arguments, dancing, and champagne. To be honest, I'm not sure which is more dangerous. see. It appears this isn't Barnaby at all. In fact, it's my older brother Arthur. Hard to be sure, given he's a ghoul, but I can tell by the eyes. They're incredibly pretentious. We should search the body for a holotape. The letter says combination beyond that.
Well, if you're listening to this, Audrey, then I'm dead. If you're wondering how I got Barnaby's number, well, let's just call it magic. After all, I know how much you hate comic books, and mysteries even more so. Knowing how annoyed you must be is a small consolation. As for the inheritance, I am nothing if not a man of my word. My number is 14, and Barnaby's is 82. As far as I know, you already have Antoinette's and Margaret's. I won't ask how you got them. I know Antoinette was always going to be the first to die, and Margaret perished the day she tried to put her brain into that machine. For all her intelligence, it boggles the mind how stupid she could be. Either way, congratulations. You've won. Perhaps it would have been easier if we just shared the wealth like Father intended, instead of trying to outlive each other through various. In the end, we outlive society itself. I take comfort knowing you will be stuck forever in this awful, decrepit place.
Hey,
Oh, DJs. So, that's why he insisted on holotapes. Even in death, Arthur found a way to get the last word. I loved that about him, as much as I despised everything else. But I am sad that he's gone. He was family, after all. Which means the infection I suffered in D.C. has yet to subside.
what do we do now?
One thing we won't do is give up. If Arthur's dead, that means someone killed him, and that person had to have a motive. Granted, that list might be infinite, so it's best we start at the top.
After what happened to my family, I can understand.
Thank you. Although by no means do I want to compare scars. I'd venture mine are hardly worth mentioning compared to yours. At the very least, I'm sure your family spent their days not trying to kill each other, as opposed to 200 years doing the opposite.
Maybe you should find a doctor.
I'm afraid modern medicine can't cure the disease of caring. Well, either that or the stim packs I've been using are defective. But I'm long past the days when I saw it as a sin. In any case, we need to find out who killed him and why.
What do you think happened to him?
If I had to venture a guess, I'd say this is Margaret's work. You can tell by the lasers and dead robots. And if Margaret's really alive, perhaps you'll want to work together. My sister would know this, of course. See if you can't find another clue somewhere. Hopefully with an address and directions. Hey, drink this.
I found this old photo.
Ah, I know the place in the picture. A pre-war cafe for dilettantes and socialites, and a post-war nightclub for hustlers and scavs. Old enough to feel safe, but new enough to be dangerous. That's my sister for you. One step ahead with 2 left feet. Well, we shouldn't keep her waiting. Let's go. And so here you are. This bar was a nice choice. Maudlin, but nice all the same.
You'd be amazed how little this neighborhood has changed. The bombs may have dropped, but the dirt is still here.
And you were never one to avoid getting your hands dirty. In fact, you're looking much better than Arthur these days.
Looking's not as good as having, honey.
It never is. I suppose the question is whether you want it all for yourself, or if you want to do this together.
I do, actually.
Then it's time you dropped this ruse. After all, you're far too nice to pass for my sister. You, on the other hand, with that disgruntled look, as if the world were too small and you had to slouch to fit inside it. That I recognize.
You're as perceptive as ever, Audrey. And still a huge bitch.
Takes one to know one. Is this a new body? Well, new in the relative sense. I wasn't aware since came in vintage models.
Why do you think I chose it? It helps sell the illusion. Not that I needed it. Arthur would never deign to make eye contact with the help.
So, you've been working for him?
Naturally. I let him collect the combination, then waited for my opportunity to take it. After all, our brother would never agree to working together. He'd call it surrendering to Father's idealistic garbage.
He also wouldn't trust either of us not to kill him.
That too. In fact, I believe his favorite saying was, "That isn't water under the bridge."
Yes, I imagine it was something much thicker. And he was right, as it turns out. So, why not do the same to me?
Because I've always liked you, Audrey. I couldn't stand to be around you, but that's not the same thing. And best of all, I know working together would piss our brother off to no end.
All right. But if we're going to work together, my friend here is coming along. She's quite capable.
Still don't trust me, do you? All right, fine. Your friend can come. The two of you can meet me at the old summer estate. It's time to find out once and for all what legacy Father left us.
Hey there.
Watch yourself around Audrey. She's not as smart as she sounds.
I think this is where horror writers go for inspiration.
Hawkins, bogey's locked. Engaging. Air patrol established above. Fangs out.
Here we are, the old summer home. It's just as tacky as I remember it.
Who cares? The terminal for the code's on the wall there. My number's 47.
All right, I'll enter the full code now. What is it you think we'll find, anyway?
I don't know. Gold, jewels, baseball cards. Could be anything. The old man was secretive.
We must have had different fathers. The one I remember would go out of his way to tell you about his exploits.
Only when he was drunk.
That should
Nice.
do it. Shall we?
Congratulations on entering the safe room. Your father would have been very pleased you managed to make it this far. Of course, there's no guarantee the five of you work together, and as such, further proof is needed.
You can't be serious.
As you'll note, there are 5 rooms in this house, each with a self-contained test designed specifically for the 5 of you. Pass them all, and you unlock the main safe.
Except there's only 2 of us here.
Don't bother. It's a recording. It's a miracle this piece of scrap even functions after all this time.
Now go forth, sirs and madams, and reap the rewards that can only come from working together.
So, the entire house is a safe. I assume cracking our puzzles will be easy. The rest will take some ingenuity. We'll have to act like our siblings. Or even worse, think like them.
I'll leave that to you and your friend. You were always mocking everyone's mannerisms. Perhaps that might pay off here.
Well, I assume the kitchen will be Barnaby's. He was a fine chef. God only knows why he chose to have his servants cook for him instead. Arthur's test will likely be the stage room. He always enjoyed a good play. Antoinette's, I assume, will be in her bedroom. Something violent, I presume.
Mine likely involves some sort of robotics or science experiment, so I'll head over to the lab. We can meet up when we're done. You've got your job and I've got mine. We can meet up when it's over.
Test 1. Baking. Barnaby, if you would please make Father's favorite meal.
Ah, I believe that would be squirrel stew. It's a joke, really. Barnaby called Father a squirrely man and cooked it for him without ever telling him the contents. I never really knew if Father liked the stew or not, or if he knew what Barnaby was up to. I suppose in the end he didn't care. He just wanted to spend time with his son. But enough sentiment. The recipe should be here somewhere. Some ingredients might no longer exist, as well as some measurements, so we can't be sure the Wasteland recipe is the same. The original recipe might have included tomatoes and potatoes. A hybrid of that would work, but half a potato and half a tomato aren't one of either.
Congratulations, Barnaby. You passed your portion of the test. Please proceed to the next phase.
Arthur's test. The show starts when you step on the stage. Is something the matter?
Please proceed to the next phase.
All right. So, what will this test be? I'd assume it'd be the Bard, or something from that time period.
For this test, you will need to perform the play, The Silver Shroud.
Of course. It would have to be a comic book. Arthur memorized them all because he knew it would bother me to no end. Unfortunately, I'll need you to read the lines, darling. I couldn't possibly do it justice. Don't worry. If you get stuck, just spout out the most incomprehensible nonsense you can think of, and you'll be fine.
Please proceed to the next phase.
Excuse me.
What do you want, stranger? Can't you see I'm busy selling drugs to kids?
Peddling poison to kids, are we? You have taken your last life, villain.
I don't think so. I can poison as many children as I want and no one can stop me. Because in Boston, the mob owns the police.
Your crimes have gone unpunished for too long. But today you face the Silver Shroud!
Ah, the Dark Dick himself. I thought you'd be taller. And if you think someone as short as yourself can stop me, then you're as foolish as the human who designed that getup.
It is not wise to stand between the Silver Shroud and righteous justice.
Ah, but there's another thing standing between you and justice. This helpless child, Timmy. And if you want to punish me, you'll have to kill him to do it. For I've taken him hostage.
You shield yourself behind an innocent. You are craven. And you shall fall before me.
We'll see about that.
I am the instrument of justice, and I cannot fall. Death has come for you, evildoer, and I am its shroud!
Congratulations, Arthur. You passed your portion of the test. Please proceed to the next phase.
It looks like that did the trick. And just in the nick of time. Any longer and I would have shot you myself.
Please proceed to the next phase.
This looks like an excellent place to rest our feet.
We need the key.
Antoinette had anger issues. She reminds me of a feral ghoul. Or rather, ghouls remind me of her.
If you're ready to start the test, press the button on the wall there.
The Geiger counter seems to have lost its mind, which means we have to work quickly. We'll have to think like my sister. Destroy everything in the room and see if that stops it. Is something that...
Congratulations, Antoinette. You passed your portion of the test. Please proceed to the next phase.
That's all the tests. Let's see how Margaret's doing. Well, I hope these ladies didn't cause you too much trouble.
They're not ladies. They're machines.
And I'm sure disabling them was as simple as pressing 300 buttons.
At least that much. Not that you'd understand anyway. Regardless, it looks like all that's left is your room. I can't wait to see what horrors await inside.
Don't worry, Margaret. I doubt it's anything I haven't shown you already. Not that you are paying attention. Let's go. A cozy little hideout like this might fetch quite the price on the open market.
Busted.
What's this? A room with a holotape? I just had to disable 3 assaultrons before they ripped me to shreds, and this is all that's waiting for you?
Congratulations, Audrey. You've passed your portion
For
of
the
the
past
test.
40
The door to the
years,
safe
I've
is
watched
open.
my
I
5
suppose
children
that's
do
that
nothing
then.
but squabble
Should
and
we
fight.
listen to the holotape?
Let's
Yes,
just go.
perhaps the
Anything
fault
made
is
for
mine.
you, I have no
Failing
interest in
to teach
exposing
them the
myself to.
value of family. However, even now, as I lay sick and die, I feel it is not too late for them and for me. Over the past decade, while seeking to prolong my life, I've discovered something far more valuable than wealth and fortune. Yet despite all its promises, I will not, cannot give this gift to my children. Not as they are now. Audrey, you've always had a gift with words. So this is your test. Make peace with your siblings and help them make peace with each other. Watch over them through good times and bad. For this is only the first step in a long and arduous journey. That if you make that journey together, I believe the 5 of you can strip immortality of its curse. Apart, you will find it a fate worse than death.
Sir, the doctors are ready.
In a minute. I guess it's time.
So, would you like to do the honors?
You've gotta be kidding me. All this work for a single vial?
Let's not jump to conclusions. Father was nothing if not a predictable man.
This vial is a special serum developed by a friend of your father's. Contained inside are the secrets of immortality itself.
Immortality? Well, this is a fine joke.
You don't say. I suspected the prize was worthless, but it's even worse than that. It's ironic.
I am sorry to interrupt your joyous celebration, but I must inform you that I have now fulfilled my duties as guardian of your father's estate. Good luck to all of you.
Well, I suppose it's not a total loss. I'll take that vial, thank you very much.
Really, Margaret? It's a serum that grants you immortality. It might as well be a state-of-the-art television for all the good it'll do.
It may not be worth anything to us, but it's worth something to somebody. Which makes it a valuable commodity all the same.
Ah, so you did more than disable those assaultrons. You reprogrammed them. There really was no need. If I wanted to kill you, Margaret, I assure you, my friend over here could.
You're all talk, you know that? It's funny. Arthur said you were street smart, that you were the one person who couldn't be swayed by sentiment. And in the end, you just gave me your half of the combination.
You'll find I've given you much, much more. That is, if you ever bother to look.
Humph.
Goodbye, sister. Don't spend it all in one century.
Excuse me.
You chose the wrong side, dearie. Audrey's always been the loser of the family.
Hey.
Just say the word. Well, that was gruesome. Did I give the go-ahead to kill her? I don't remember winking. It might just have been something in my eye.
It had to be done. It was them or us.
Margaret would agree. She was always thinking in binary. She couldn't see that it could have been both. As for the prize, it appears that Margaret missed the boat entirely. The real value was in my father's words. Immortality doesn't have to be dreadful, provided you spend it in good company. But perhaps that's me growing soft again. Luckily, you're here to teach me to shoot first and apologize later. In fact, I think traveling with you will be quite the education. Hopefully you feel the same. Really, Margaret? It's a serum that grants you immortality. It might as well be a state-of-the-art television for all the good it'll do.
It may not be worth anything to us, but it's worth something to somebody, which makes it a valuable commodity all the same.
Ah, so you did more than disable those assaultrons. You reprogrammed them. There really was no need. If I wanted to kill you, Margaret, I assure you, my friend over here could.
You're all talk, you know that? It's funny. Arthur said you were street smart, that you were the one person who couldn't be swayed by sentiment. And in the end, you just gave me your half of the combination.
If you catch me down, you'll find I've given you much, much more. That is, if you ever bother to look.
Humph.
Goodbye, sister. Don't spend it all in one century. What is it, my dear?
Hey. Excuse me.
Well, that ends that. I appreciate the restraint you showed. Margaret may not have had a high opinion of me, but in time she may realize what she really gained from all this.
What happened between you two?
Well, a better question would be, what happened between you five? The five of us played each sibling against the other, like a game. In the end, we forgot who hated whom and why. Regardless, I'd say poor Margaret left the real prize behind. It's a lesson I learned in D.C. Immortality doesn't have to be dreadful, provided you spend it in good company. In fact, given your knack for pacifism, I think traveling with you will be quite the education. Hopefully, you feel the same.
Not a problem. I take care of my friends.
Then, what I've lost in a sister, I've gained in a friend. Blood relations are overrated anyway. But enough with the hugs and kisses. You have work to do, right? Then let's do it. Diamond City, the great green jewel. Well, they got the green part right anyway.
We can talk about guns, or maybe you want
Let's see what you have.
everything.
Yeah, it's true. Got shot in the ass last
Hey, Myrna.
I may sell just about everything, but
Let's see what you have.
here's what we got.
Need me to carry some of that? It's no big deal. I went to the mechanic and he gave me a clean bill of health.
So much to experience and feel. How can I fit it all in one lifetime?